But there's an update to this list. Last night, my friend Zach Elsick, who was actually really popular back in the day for playing KCI combo, we played on Pro 2 together. You know, longtime friend of mine, suggested Everflowing Chalice for the list, where when you're looping Scrap Trawler, Mirror Retriever, and with Grinding Station, and you have Semblance Anvil, Everflowing Chalice gives you infinite mana, where you can play this on one with a Semblance Anvil in play, tap it for mana, sacrifice it, and then because it's a 0 mana spell, you can loop it with your Scrap Trawler, giving you access to an infinite mana combo that's not reliant on Cathodian. You can also use Cathodian and put Cathodian in other lists. Cathodian is kind of what's the word I want to use? It's kind of high on the mana curve. I think like what's nice about Chalice 2 is like beyond just like Cathodian's kind of a dopey 3-drop. Chalice is like a 2-drop that can give you just turn 3 Mystic Forge or turn 3 Karn, which can be kind of nice. And then also when you have your Anvil Mystic Forge, it's just like a mana rock that you can play off the top, which is pretty nice too. So it's kind of doing a lot of different things here. But one like really important thing that I think that the Chalice does beyond just like having the combo, or maybe it's like kind of related to that, is that in the past, Scrap Trawler just felt like it wasn't doing enough. Like, so we ended up going down to just one Scrap Trawler, and we were playing like Mind Stones instead. And so I cut 2 spheres to make room for 3 trawlers to Chalice. But now, like with access to the Everflowing Chalice, I actually think that the trawlers are just much better. I think that just a couple chalices make the 3 trawlers much better, which is in a lot of ways feels like what the deck needed, and it does that while also being, again, 2 mana ramp spell to your 4 drops, mana acceleration on your Anvil Mystic Forge turns. I think this is really doing a lot here. Would I try to take a big tournaments? Yeah, I would. I think that there's a good chance I end up playing this in this weekend's tournament. Although I'm not sure if I guess this weekend's tournament is a super qualifier, so I might play this. I might play something else, but I do think this deck is really good. God.comment, thank you again. Thank you for the 27 months. Yeah, slowly morphing into a key, huh? Yeah, definitely a cool trick. I also really like that it's Zach who figured it out, because like, you know, we've had like thousands of people comment on this deck. Maybe there's like a YouTube comment somewhere that I totally missed, but this was the first time I'd had anybody reach me with this suggestion, at least. And it's a really, really good one. Vashir, the 2 months, thank you. Kind of a borderline hand here on the draw. We have both of our Chromatic Spheres in our opening hand. I think we can probably keep this on the draw. Pretty close, though. Thoughts on Venerated Raw Priest? That card's pretty cool. I think that it's like unlikely to be particularly competitive. On the draw against Swift Spear is really not a place you want to be when you wake up in the morning with this deck. I think that card's kind of cool. I'm not sure exactly how good it is, though. Staff of Completion. I don't know if I saw Staff of Completion. That Mysteries are Forever Flowing. Yeah, there's an infinite mana combo with it, with Scrap Trawler. Seems like they're just mono red. Tron Land would be nice, give you a chance to go off turn 3, although Anvil also gives me a chance to go off turn 3. So what's the play here? I probably want to just imprint this map. So I think I will sack my sphere. Then play this sphere, and I can sack it before I play my Anvil next turn, potentially. Not super likely to kill next turn, but usually you have to win on turn 3 against Prowess. Like, they just Goldfish you by turn 4. So you either like, win the die roll, win on turn 4, or win on turn 3 on the draw, or you lose. Thoughts on the Fixed Misstep? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess Fixed Misstep is, like, exactly what it is. Or no, it's not. It's like, you know, it also counts as your mana spells. I don't know. I woke up, I saw it. I know that Andrea seems to like it a lot, which is, like a good position to have. I'm just not sure on it. It's like, you know, there's a lot of good counterspell options in Modern to fight Cascade decks. I think that this one like will likely be worse than like Invasive Surgery or Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce against most of those strategies. Ooh, they milled over another dart. I might be just dead right now. Double dart, each is 3 damage, 3 plus Or 6 plus 7. Okay, if it's just these 2 darts, I think I go to 1 if they don't find delirium. Yeah, I wish it worked against the invocations, but it may be a little too versatile at that point. Yeah, looks like I'm going to 1. Okay, we get to untap. Drawing a land here is kind of a disaster. Drawing as Trawler means we just lose. Okay. Yeah, again, this matchup is, you know, 2 ships passing each other in the night. If you win the die roll, you're really likely to win the matchup. And you lose the die roll, you're really likely to lose, and that's okay. Do you not like Test of Talents? That card costs 2 mana. So not really, no. Like, in blue-white control, I almost would always want Dovin's Veto instead anyways. Because that being uncounterable, I think, is more relevant than the Exile Clause. Thoughts on New Edict? I think that card's really good. I think that card's really, really good. Like, the whole, like, token versus non-token thing is really interesting, but, like, the fact that you can, you know, force your opponent to either, like, sacrifice their construct or force them to, like, not sacrifice their little tokens and sacrifice their big thing, or getting a Planeswalker for 2 mana at instant speed, it's really good. It's really good. I don't know exactly, like, is it main deckable? Is it sideboardable? Is it, like, just not well positioned? Is it metagame dependent? But you like Chalice Nevermind? So yeah, I think so. So the Chalice has an infinite mana combo with Scrap Trawler and even beyond just like the infinite mana combo with Scrap Trawler, just you could just able to recur this, making mana every single time. A 0 drop to recur is pretty impactful, I think. Yeah, the big update is that we're playing Everflowing Chalice over the Mind Stones, and we're back up to 3 Scrap Trawlers, where like looping Chalice with Scrap Trawler again is just a pretty powerful thing to be doing here, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this. Another Tron piece would be kind of good. Okay, that's even better. Go ahead and I think I'm gonna play the map. I might want to imprint map though. Imprint map. Kind of need to draw land to do anything next turn anyways. I guess the map is very likely to be 0 mana next turn anyway, so I don't really even need to use the mana to play it here. Yeah, again, yeah, missing a 0 drop. So like Chalice just really does exactly what you need it to be honest. Blade Man, 31 months, thank you. This is a Shattering Spree? Okay, Shattering Spree, like, super punishes me for not playing map. That being said, if we just draw land, I guess we're not necessarily getting there next... We're not gonna get there next turn if we just draw a land here. That being said, we... Still max punished, but we get to do some big things next turn if they don't have another Shattering Spree. But when I play a Station, my card board a lot. I don't know why. I mean, Station is better than the Altar, but like the Altar, like I think is like good enough. It gives you your combo piece if you need it. That I think I just prefer it there, and that way you get to main deck the full 4 grinding stations. But you know, I don't think you're just ridiculous for wanting to do that though. I guess I could maybe get back Sphere. So let's go. Crack this, 5 mana. Anvil, Imprint Trawler. Anvil, Imprint Trawler. Maybe I just wait a turn. Maybe I cast the Stirrings and try to... I think trying to go off next turn is a bit better. Ooh. Well, none of these do anything. I guess I'll just take the tower and then... get a power plant, play a power plant, and pass. Kind of crazy to not even hit like a single artifact there. Any artifact is important. Yeah, the new combo. So when you have Grinding Station, Trawler, Anvil, you can recur your Everflowing Chalice, play it on 1 for 0 mana, tap it, sack it. And with Mirror Retriever, you can do that infinitely and make infinite mana. But it's also just like a good card to like be recurring when you have your Scrap Trawler, because it's just going to net you a mana every single time. And like actually lets you like go through the deck a bit. Incoming Dad, thank you for the 7 months. Thank you. With a good Vannifar combo in Pioneer Modern, completely unplayable in Modern. Like, there's just not a format where you can like build your deck's game plan around like having like overall low card quality, and untapping with a 4-mana creature. King Jester, 17 months, thank you. Alright, gonna have to win this turn. We're gonna need some help from the top of our library. The Stirring's been a lot of non-combo elements, and we have a lot of mana. Chromatic Sphere is definitely some help. It'd be better if it was a star, though. It'd be a lot better if it was a star. Let's go ahead and go Anvil and print Trawler, I think. Could be better to imprint the Sphere, and then I could play Trawler for 1 mana, play 2 Trawlers. And then I can get double trigger. I guess that makes more sense. Yeah, I've seen Rob Priest. The card's okay. Card's definitely okay. I think it'll be like fun to build. I don't really feel like it's, you know, busted or anything either. Alright, so we're gonna sack target ourselves. Then we're gonna get back Everflowing Chalice, Chromatic. No, we'll get back Map Sphere. And then we'll be able to get back the Chalice for free. Hopefully we're milling over some relevant cards. We milled over another Trawler. Maybe I should have not played my land so I could get back Blast Zone. That was potentially a mistake here. Ichor Wellspring is huge, though. This is going to really let us keep going. So let's go Everflowing Chalice, cast with Multi-Kicker 0. Oh, Multi-Kicker 1. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We still get to sack this here. We're down to mana, but we you know, we're not super choked on mana at the moment, and we'll do it correctly after this. Yeah, the Wellspring is super important pickup here. So we can pick up the Star now. Star was a good card to mill over. Draw, mill 3, untap, draw. Then 0 mana Star. Mill ourselves for 3. Pick up the Everflowing Chalice. Still haven't milled over any Mirror Retrievers, but that should be relatively okay, especially with this Mystic Forge. So I think you're basically always wanting to use like your zeros, your low mana value cards first here. Okay, there's a Mirror Retriever. So I think we now have infinite mana because we can go Mystic Forge, check Mystic Forge, get back the Retriever, infinite mana, but we don't necessarily have a payoff exactly. So I think it's just going to be best to first play a Mystic Forge. We're also like, you know, super unlikely to brick. That's kind of good, huh? Alright, so go 0 mana Chalice for 1. Alright, there's just a normal old Mirror Retriever. I will start targeting my opponent and winning the game. And then also what's kind of nice about the infinite mana is like when you're looping, you'll always be able to cast Karns and stuff. So in theory, like Not that casting Karn was that big of a problem before when you were going off, but it's much easier now, and is just gonna make Emrakul basically not even a good sideboard card against you. Urkel, 19 months, thank you. Yeah, so my opponent is asking me if I'm winning this turn. I can just kill them by milling them infinitely, even if they can't Lava Dart me out or anything. Sack Trawler to reduce clicks. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of okay. Like, it's not that many clicks, and I know it's like usually more clicks to do it this way, but it ends up being less clicks because I believe that my opponents will concede if I show them the loop. So if I start sacrificing Trawlers and if I start sacrificing random stuff, people will see I'm not looping anymore and they'll be confused and they won't concede as often. But if I just continue the loop, they'll eventually realize they're being milled or ask what's going on like my opponent did, and I think that ends up ultimately being the fastest way. Yeah, Chalice, great addition. Again, shout out to my friend Zach Elsick, who was like, got second place at the SCG Invitational with KCI. Was just, you know, longtime friend of mine. Played a pro tour together. He said he's like mostly out of Magic these days, but but couldn't resist this deck. Yeah, Anvil allows you to play Chalice Multi-Kicker for 1, so it's like, and then Scrap Troller lets you recur, you know, basically a 0 mana. I mean, you know, colorless Mox is kind of how you can think about it. Can they not see that their deck's getting milled? They can't actually. So we've discovered that it's this weird psychological factor. All right, a land just be able to play Anvil turn 3 is nice, but I can also just play Chalice next turn. Also just, yeah, so let me take the Mystic Forge, and I can either draw a land or Chalice. And they didn't have a 1 mana spell actually, so they're either gonna have Sprite Dragon or Shattering Spree, or both. But this hand's not that unlikely to. I mean, maybe it is, but can win on turn 3 at least. I should say that. Okay, I think I play Map. I think Map is the best. Oh, I guess, no, we'll play Star. Star is better against Shattering Spree, because they'll just Shattering Spree the Map. Second Sprite Dragon, pretty scary. They're somewhat likely to just kill me next turn, we'll see. They do have the Shattering Spree. Then we said, if we select the star, we have 2 looks at a land to play the Anvil this turn. We'll see if that's enough to win. Not super likely, I guess. Draw a card. So we can play the Anvil, so we can just go Anvil, dump our hand. Or dump most of our hand and then try to win next turn. Very likely to win next turn if they have, they have 4 cards in their hand. We're at 15. Could just be dead. They could have another Shattering Spree, but again, this is also just the dynamic of the matchup. Is you're just not that likely to win on the draw, and you just kind of have to do it. Am I dead? No. No, I'm not dead. Let's go. And sometimes they just can't kill you. Okay, good start. Let's go ahead and maybe it's best to Scrap Trawler first, because I get to make a lot of mana if I Scrap Trawler first. And I've mentioned this earlier, and this is like a really important thing to note. Like the biggest thing for me for this deck is like Scrap Trawler is all of a sudden like a really good card. Where like before the biggest issue was it just kind of felt mediocre, and like now I think it's like just actively good because of the Chalice suggestion. Just a really, really big upgrade. Oh, yeah, I'm also at 2 life. So I need to, oh, yeah, I could just actually infinite mana Walking Ballista to kill them here. But usually this would be a really big issue, because I would just be milling over 2 of my opponent's Lava Darts. I could also, like, Stonebrain Lava Dart. So it's not like this is going to be a big issue, but I do need to make sure I don't. Yeah, I guess I could just target myself with the Grinding Station, even if I have no cards in my library. Infinite Loop, and then infinite mana. It's kind of funny. BBO, thank you for the 5 months. An infinite mana turn 3 model. This deck has a lot of turn 3 kills. You don't have to have infinite mana necessarily, but I guess we did, yeah. I probably should have cast the Mystic Forge already. Still trying to figure out the sequencing a little bit with the new Chalice lines. I guess one thing that can happen actually is I can theoretically mill over all of my Karns. All right. Yeah, I can't target them though, because if they mill over 2 darts, they die. So I have to infinite mana. Yeah, we have to find Karn. But once we find Karn, it will be very slow. So the way we lose this game is milling over all my Karns before I ever draw one. I guess I should have just played the map for 0 there. That was a little bit of a missequence. Don't want to tap the forge. Yeah, Chalice is a new addition. It was, again, a suggestion from my friend Zach. He's great. He's really, really smart. He's like just a wizard at these kind of decks. I remember being a little spikeling and like just thinking, man, I really wish I was just like half as good a deck builder as Zach. And now I like to think I am half as good. Where are my cards? I have 2 still in the deck. I have 2 still in the deck. I think I'm gonna mill them once. It's only bad if they mill over exactly 2 lava darts here. Or it's only super bad, I should say. I guess I should be getting back a star too. Okay. But where are my cards? Oh, also notably with I get multi-kicker 2 for 0 mana, right? Because I have 2 Wellsprings. So that'll make the infinite mana combo significantly faster too. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just gonna grab Walking Ballista. I guess it's maybe just better to Stonebrain. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the sequencing. Stonebrain, there are darts. I think that's maybe the fastest way to do this. They have a card in hand? It doesn't matter. Or, sorry, I guess, like, we'll be able to see what the card in hand is. So I have no cards in my library. Oh, I can't crack any chromatic stars either. That shouldn't be an issue, though. So yeah, we'll see the card. So if it's a it's a breach. Okay, so if it was a bolt, then we would be able to still ballista to kill them. But now it's just kind of easy to just loop the mirror retrievers. All right. How could you ballista kill them? So with Everflowing Chalice, you can make infinite mana. With Scrap Trawler, Everflowing Chalice, Mirror Retriever, or even just like other cards, you get to start netting mana, infinite mana to just ballista them. But I do think I like this deck better than like normal mono green Tron. I think this deck is very powerful. I'm getting better with it. Still learning sequencing. Still improving the deck list, and it's doing a lot of good things. All right, let's keep this. Why not dying to 0 cards in my deck? My opponent is going to die to 0 cards in their library before I die to... So you don't lose the game when you have 0 cards in your library. You lose the game when you have 0 cards in your library and you draw a card. So I'm not going to draw any more cards that turn after I have 0 cards in my library, and then I'll pass the turn, and my opponent will draw and die. You had no ballista that turn. I could have... What are you talking about? I could have ballisted that turn. Yes, I could have. I think I'll just play the Wellspring this turn. Where'd the ballista? It's in my. You lose. I have another Karn. Oh, sorry. After, yeah, that's true. I had milled myself. Well, that's true. I should have just Ooh, gross. Damn it. Well, that was the reason to play the stirrings, huh? You're right. I should have just gone for Ballista instead of the Stone Brain. So like I put myself dead to a bolt where I didn't have to. Okay, so Karn is capable of killing the Chalice if we can resolve it. But it's stuck on 2 lands, somewhat likely to have a counter spell. Yeah, I get it now. I get it now. So that was the better line. I'm still learning the sequencing. I thought I would just be able to Karn again, but I forgot that because I milled myself out of cards too fast. Can we rebuy Stonebrain with Retriever? Oh, that's true. We should be able to rebuy Stonebrain with Retriever, actually. Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's go ahead and attack for 1. So I can't just get back map. Oh, Stonebrain exiles itself. Well, never mind then. Man, y'all won't let me have anything. Again, I think with them being stuck on mana, I'm just kind of down to jam this. Don't know if they would have countered it or not, but resolving this Karn and like plussing on the Chalice is super important. And I think when my opponent draws their 3rd land, there's like somewhat likely to just like play Teferi. I can draw a land and just Gigantha them here. Or although now I think that baiting with I'll just leave 1 green out. Baiting with Mystic Forge is better. And I can also get back my Mystic Forge too. Okay, so they definitely don't have another counterspell in their hand, right? They would have just always countered there, I think. Don't want to mine. Don't actually hate Buried Ruin. I think we could just pass back for now. Not that we would have much else to do no matter what. Yeah, I agree. The big advantage of this deck over normal Tron is like you just don't need Tron. you have like a much bigger range of keepable hands. Like in a lot of ways, like this deck is a combo deck first, the Tron deck second, and like Tron plus Karn the Great Creator gives you a lot of resiliency to hate, but that's mostly it. All right, so let's go cast Semblance Anvil, which they should counter if they can. Does not seem like they can. Oh, sorry, I should be responding to this. Yeah, they might have Charm now. Okay, Power Plant is really nice. I don't want to mill over the Power Plant. So I think now I'll just cast Karn. I think if they had a counterspell, they would have used it on the Anvil. We'll see. You know, there's 2 types of control players. There's control players that counterspell Cauldron Familiar and Sword of the Meek, and there's control players who don't counterspell Semblance Anvil. Inside you there are 2 wolves. Don't I have combo? No, I don't think so. Not right now. Do I? Oh, I do just have the other Mirror Retriever in the yard. Oh, damn it. I forgot that I just had the other Mirror Retriever in the yard. I did have it. And there's Solituding here when I can't even do anything. Damn it. Sorry, chat. I like messed up on my triggers. Messed up everything. I let you down. That's okay. Well, we're still like super ahead. We have Tron now too. Alright, just get this countered. This is not quite infinite, but it's pretty close. Alright, so I'm just gonna sack my Chalice. Yeah, I just totally missed that I had the second Mirror Retriever there. I think it's probably best to Buried Ruin back. Oh, I just, sorry, now I have 2 Retrievers. I see them. I see that I have 2 Retrievers, chat. I see that I have 2 Retrievers. My brain is just lost in the ever-flowing sauce. What about the spiciest grand posted? That deck was like terrible. It would have been good if like you could operate with one Riddlesmith in play, but you just can't. I do have a different version of it that like we will likely play later today, but the list I posted is not ever making the stream probably. Let me I guess show you what I'm talking about. So last night, I'm not even. I've been working on Riddlesmith for a long time, ever since talking to this guy at DreamHack Dallas last year. So I was just trying to play Riddlesmith on turn 1, choose to be able to draw Gemstone Caverns, Chancellor of the Tangle out of Riddlesmith on turn 1, and then use the 0 drops to draw, discard, get Vengevine in the yard, and then use the 0 drops to salvage Titan and then attack for a bunch on turn 1. Is the theory. I found that you just got really stuck with this deck, especially without Ovalchase Daredevil to like discard over and over again. Like I was able to like do the thing when I had 2 Riddlesmiths, not with 1, but I didn't quite give up. But I decided that I was a bit more interested in trying just to play Cheerios. Funny we're talking about Zach Elsick today. Also was working on this before you even like texted me last night. But also this has the plan of just turn 1ing a Shram or a Paladin. Tangle Paladin's awkward, but I'm playing 4 Wooden Bastion to try to cast it. And then you have Mox Amber to go with Shram, and Mox Amber, and usually the combo is like you play the blue card that returns all artifacts to your hand. That card's, because this only taps for white, that one's not as much of an option. They're not really any good mana filtering options either. For white, you can't play Pin-Tide Prism, but I'm playing Leave to Chance to bounce all your artifacts and keep going. And well, I think we'll play a league of this later. I don't think it's gonna be very good. I'm not. I think we can like if we have time, we'll jam a league with this at some point this week. Okay, on the draw against control, keep this. I think put back the Trawler. Interested in Metalwork Colossus as extra Daredevil. So Metalwork Colossus sacrifices 2 artifacts to return to your hand. I'm not sure if you necessarily, it's worse than Daredevil, but it's kind of an interesting thought. Okay, pending the map. So I can either play around a Chalice of the Void or a second pending. I think with this draw, I'll just go ahead and play around the second pending. Yeah, I thought about trying to get Breach in the deck. We'll see. I'm assuming you've seen this deck. Yeah, I've seen decks like this. I actually don't know what Bait Hook Angler is. Yeah, but I've seen these style shells. I was just trying to get like, just trying to see if you could build it broken, you know. Bait Hook Angler. Can someone exclamation point? It's a limited card. Two 1 Human Peasant. If it would be put in the graveyard into anywhere, exile it instead. That's a minor misstep. I'm still kind of digesting minor misstep. I think if you're like a blue deck that wants a sideboard card against Cascade and Hammer Time and like burn as like splash damage, it's fine. What the fuck? Why is this card in the deck? Is this like legit just like you can mill it over and get a 1/2 flyer? What am I missing? Toborg, 26 months, okay, thank you. Does Disturb cast? Okay, Disturb does cast. Okay. Revenge Vine? Is there not any are there no 1 mana Disturb creatures? Seems kind of awful though. I don't really like it. A little over 2 over towers, okay. I think I'm just getting back my map here. Can play a little slower game against Tron. Yeah, I thought there was a 1-mana white disturb creature, but maybe I'm just wrong. Why Everflowing Chalice? They tried Mindstone over 2 Trawlers. Yeah, we did try Mindstone over 2 Trawlers. Chalice is really good, though. Chalice is like the new tech. So Chalice lets you make infinite mana with Trawler, which is why we're back up on Trawlers. And like I think the first match and this game, one of this match, like really showed how like Scrap Trawler went from being like the worst card in the deck, a card that like you like wish was a little bit better, to I think now a card that is just actively good, which I'm like really excited about. Okay, just Giganta this turn. Do I have Mystic Forge? No, I do have Mystic Forge. Awesome. Yeah, Embalm doesn't cast Revenge Vine, sadly. Do I think League entry cost prevent newer brewers would be more successful? I'm sure, like, to some extent, yeah. Stop! Stop Stony silencing me! What is happening? I can't afford Stony Silence to be a card in Modern. Alright, let me bait. I guess I shouldn't have played the Buried Ruin yet. Like mirror. I think I might be Scrap Trawler be downing a bit. It's time, chat. They're playing it. They're playing Stony Silence. We have some answers, but oh no. We get Giganta next turn. I know, I've been getting away with it so long. I just wish forever I could just say, nobody plays this freaking Stony Silence. Yeah, we have Beseiju, we have Blessum, though. We can't map for them at this point in the game, but we do have outs. I think I'll just play this on 0 because of the Stony in play. I mean, we could just cast stuff. Just cast stuff, I guess, is not that bad of a plan. Does the stuff do anything? To be determined. Thank you, Giganta. Very cool. Yeah, there's a good chance they have no verdicts. Even if they do have verdicts, we're gonna get to like buy back 3 things. Not that will those things do anything? Also to be determined. Doesn't Alter still win if you draw Karn? I mean, Stony Silence also turns off Alter. Did find Karn though. I can just get Cityscape. I think I like the uncounterable option here. Dude, Stony Silence straight up sucks. It has never beaten anybody in the history of the world. Thank you, sweetheart. Esther, how do you feel about Stony Silence?
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's never beaten anyone in the history of the world.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Ooh, Grinding Station, really key here. Alright, GG actually. Let's go. Dude, can you imagine casting Stony Silence against this deck and Teferi and getting to untap with Teferi and just losing? Can you imagine? Can you imagine losing when you cast Stony Silence against this deck? so embarrassing. Luzco, 10 months, singing thank you. Yeah, this deck actually has like of all the artifact decks I play, this one has the most answers to Stony Silence. Alright, turn 3 Tron, easy keep. Plus Forge. Yeah, I really think in a lot of ways the Everflowing Chalice, like, it's the missing piece. It really is the missing piece. I know it's so innocuous, but like it makes Scrap Trawler like an actively good card. Just 2 copies, I think is all you need. You could play 3 maybe, but it's kind of hard to fit the 3rd in the deck. But like that was, again, that was really what we were missing, was like the ability to just make Scrap Trawler less mid. Tried Pauper Alter Tron. Yeah, people have been telling me about Pauper. There's a Pauper deck that's like this one. I will maybe look at it one time. I don't know. People keep linking it to me. I don't know that I've even like you looked at it. You Blue Press. I don't have Spread Dragon. What is better, Iconoclast or Storm Chaser? Iconoclast is better than Storm Chaser. Wait, that. Okay, I like having access to Karn. Let me just go ahead and play Trawler, I guess. I cut Chalice on the board for a Meteor Golem to have extra removal spell. Well, why do you want Meteor Golem? You have Spine of Isha and Cityscape Leveler. Like, Golem is like just a worse version of both those cards. You don't need a third either. You maybe don't even need a second. But Spine is just so cool. Oh, they're Bring to Light. Well, I'm gonna get my. I guess I could just Bring to Light Scape Shift here, or sorry, Stonebrain Scape Shift. It's either that or I just grab my Anvil and I try to combo off, but I'm not really that likely to combo off here. They are somewhat likely to. I mean, they'll be able to kill my Karn, which is not great. This is tough. I can't Haywire Might the Dryad. Only non-creature. Let's do this. This is a spot where Cyborg Trinisphere would be decent. I mean, it's not like... No, never, ever, 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 ever play Trinisphere in this deck. Are you crazy? Trinisphere stops your combo. Like... I mean, you can, I guess, in theory, just sack it. Alright, we bricked. I like the idea of Stonebraining twice. We're not going to get to Stonebrain twice. They're going to kill my Karn with the Dryad. Reed, 19 months. Okay, thank you. They are winning next turn. They are if they... Yes, they are if they go land, Scape Shift. Boat, Twitch Prime, thank you. Yeah, Stonebrain would have been... maybe the line is close. Obviously, like... The problem with Stonebrain is, like, they still get to, like, in theory, deal, like, 9 damage with Valakut next turn. I just don't know how likely I am to untap and win. They can have other interactive spells. I think it's close. Is removing Stirrings a consideration? A consideration if you want to lose more, I suppose. Stirrings is really, really good. I'm not very interested in cutting it. It's like, it's one of the best cards. You lose so much consistency without it. It's good for both parts of your game plan. We talked about it a little bit, Mind Game. The deck's pretty bad, but it was pretty fun too. Yeah, I do remember when people were clamoring for a Stirrings ban. This is Speedify. It uses dual band bonding, whatever that is, to combine my Ethernet connection and my cell phone connection, so that lately my like internet connection has just been like dipping in the middle of the stream, and so this will like just move it instead of crashing the stream like it has been. It'll just move it over to the phone plan. It hasn't been that bad, but it's just been like once a week or once every 2 weeks. But I'm just gonna like stream for a few days with this on, because I think it also gives you like a history for your usage too. Do I know of any non-companion Garuda decks? Not any good ones. I like will somewhat regularly be like sent like deck text for Garuda decks, and it's just like they're not very easy to look at. I don't know. Maybe that's not a super nice way to phrase it, but so we draw a minor power plant. We can get Tron on turn 4 here with 10 mana. Was Witchbane Orb a consideration? You can play Witchbane Orb. It's kind of, to me, it kind of always feels like the next best one. Okay, they don't get the 2 cards here. They exile Grazer, but they can't play it. Alright, I think we'll just play the Trawler here. Cut spine for third chalice. You could. I one thing about like the chalice infinite mana combo is like in a lot of ways the presence of the chalice combo, the main thing it does for you is allow you to play Karn on the turns you're going off. So it doesn't seem very likely to me that you're almost ever going to want to Karn for chalice, because like the big hurdle to jump through usually is just casting Karn on those turns, and because like Karn doesn't get reduced by Anvil. So that's kind of the thing I don't like about it. I also like am fully aware Spine is like the least used card. It's kind of a classic. They brought it in Pyro. They have Pyroclasm in post-board? Wow. Kind of a classic, like, it was good for me once, and it's just so cool, so I just haven't been cutting it, but maybe one day. Third tower. Well, I think Karn for coding? Coding plus Besage You is also, something. Could maybe have also just grabbed Anvil. I think coding's fine, too. They seem to be stumbling a bit. Okay, no Valakut. That's good. Valky, okay. So I can Besage You the Dryad in response to Escape Shift, I think, to stop them from killing me with one. Oh, that gives them an extra mountain. That's bad. Stonebrain Valakut. Well, so I can, yeah. I guess now I just have to Besage You the Binding. Response to the trigger. They only have one card in their hand. Let's see what we draw. Oh, sorry, we already drew. Yeah, they only have one card in their hand. I think we just have to fade a little bit here. Guess I do lose my Karn. Oh, so yeah, sorry. I thought that the Karn would survive at 1 for some reason. I guess I could plus on the coding or the station. You should have let it resolve -2 loyalty. If I let it resolve, let it resolve. Yeah, sorry. You let it resolve, then Besage You. For whatever reason, I was thinking I had to cast it again. That was just a huge punt, actually. Yeah, then I'd be able to like just Stone Rain them here. Okay. Stonebrain Valakut next turn. Yeah, well, I think that's likely gonna be the line. Alright, well, I don't think if we play correctly that matters. I think we're still dead to them, just having the natty escape shifts. Trying to think. I guess I could have, instead of getting the coding, the Tron I got coding, getting Stonebrain is probably a bit better. That was how we could have played around that. So I think I want to put a bet on it where if I don't get the next one under, I think I want to do 25 then 20. So like the next one, if I don't get under 25 hits, I give 10 subs. Maybe I'll do 20. Just start with 20, and then up it to 20 gifted subs, something like that. But I want to start putting bets on the runs for motivation, which is what Hob does, and I think it's a good method. Mullet, yeah, maybe at some point something like that, but I haven't really thought too much about just gift sub stakes. Could you Besage You the Dryad into the Binding? Well, I mean, I didn't know that they had Scape Shift as like one of their 2 cards. I was trying to like not play around that. Yeah, we didn't PB yesterday, so PB is still 27. So usually on Ornstein and Smoke, like last time we played Ornstein and Smoke before yesterday, we got them on our first try, and it's usually like no more than 5 tries. They've been like relatively consistent. But yesterday was like a kind of combination of like bad RNG, playing bad, getting tilted because things are going poorly, and they hit me like 14 times. It was way worse than it's been. We're getting spell pierced here, by the way. It was way worse than it's been, but that's okay. It's okay to have a bad day. Orange didn't smell really hard, but they were 14 of our 32. So like assuming like even it's like as bad as our normal, as our normal, which is like 5, like is like worst case scenario usually, then it's still like that would have been the PB. So I've also like I need to like buy a layout for the Dark Souls stuff, but I have like a really janky just text image of trying to showcase like how many hits we're at for each section. Okay, they probably have a Murktide post combat. Guess not. All right, let's sack this for green. Another mine. Could just be mana efficient and play a trawler. I think I'll play Wellspring instead. Power plant? Nope. I'm gonna try to retry Sprite Dragon over Shredder and Shadow since it combos better with Breach turns. Is that too far in? I don't think I'd ever play the full 4, but like 2 copies maybe. I mean, Shredder's also just really good, and I think it goes well with the Breach turns. I think I'm going to go Everflowing Chalice on 2. My opponent doesn't have a lot of pressure on me, so I think I have the time to do this. And I can like play Wellspring if this resolves. Yeah, the name of the Stream Decker is it's always like 2, 1, 2 in parentheses, because I always like just duplicate them in my modem. So next we have 7 mana. I don't know if I want to blast them next turn. I think I'll just jam the Mystic Forge, playing around Spell Pierce a little bit. It's not very likely to resolve, but that's okay. I think with me like very likely wanting to grab Ensnaring Bridge this game. Makes sense. Designed for a streaming no-hit Dark Souls. Yeah, so the issue with this is that this program, I have it installed. It doesn't work with slobs. It only works with OBS. At least I think that's what's happening because I can't get it to work. So I've used OBS in the past. I don't like it as much. I know slobs is eviler, but it's better to stream on for me, honestly. And that's it. There's not anything else, I guess. So I may just switch to OBS if like this is truly awful, but I also think like it doesn't look very good either. The no hit manager, it's okay. There's nothing like wrong with it, but it's not great, and so I would kind of prefer to just like maybe find a cooler overlay, because I need to like manually input the number of hits on each section anyways, so I don't know that it's really going to be that. Surely it can't be that complicated. Oh, it's that complicated, and don't call me Shirley. So I really want to mill over a Anvil. If I can mill over an Anvil, then I can just play Retriever. Retriever is going to be a really annoying blocker for them. Also may just be good to like have Blast Zone sack available this turn, but then I maybe like open myself up to them just slamming Murktide. Still don't have the Anvil. Yeah, okay. I think with me still not having Anvil, I should just be in on Blast Zone this turn, because I don't want to play the Retriever out without the Anvil in play. You can probably buy an increment counter by 1, yeah. And it's Ragged Man, 3 mystery cards. Probably end up sacking the Blast Zone no matter what here. Gotta sack the Sphere first. Love to find a power plant. I did mill over 2 power plants, unfortunately. Nice to be able to kind of like force a counterspell here with the expedition map. Okay, even better if they just don't. And you know, this is like one of the things we're really struggling with this list before we were playing Tron, is like against Murktide, you just like could not overwhelm their counter spells, but now with the Tron mana, like it's just like such an important thing against them. Although I need to still think. This is 8/11 mana. I think just casting a Karn here is good. I can maybe get Ballista. I can maybe get probably get Semblance Anvil. Take that spell pierce. They should have pierced the map. Spike is gonna run into a mill player. Well, I'll just like lose, I guess. Do I have another Mirror Retriever in the yard? I don't, but I can get a lot of looks at one. Guess maybe I could keep the Forge. I could still cast the Forge. It's probably better, actually. Found the Retrievers, though. People keep suggesting Steel Seeker without, like, really putting too much thought into it, I think. Like, I like, you know, maybe as, like, the Steel Seeker guy, I don't understand why Steel Seeker would be good here. I think it's too slow, too fragile, opens you up to removal too much. It's not a good hit. It doesn't imprint to Anvil. It's not castable off Mystic Forge. You don't have the Cookbook Daredevil combo, which is by far the best cards to pair with Steel Seeker. You have milling general cards over is fine, but you don't have any specific cards that give you value from the graveyard by themselves like you do in the red-green food deck. So, just really not the spot for it. Bada? 2 years, happy 34 months. The other 10 don't count. Just waiting on list with Steel Seeker Shredder. Well, maybe one day. Pock on the Harvard Yard, 38 months, you can thank you. Bunch of smooth brains and big brains, but I'm out here with the stone brain. Was this combo also in KCI? So they didn't play Anvil. Which combo, I guess? Like, they played Mirror Retriever, Scrap Trawler, or Grinding Station. They didn't play... Sorry, not Grinding Station, Wellspring. They didn't play Grinding Station Anvil. Am I happy with the sideboard? Yeah, I guess so. Like, I think that in theory, the Spine and the Leveler being different makes sense to me. Where, like, Spine is a card you're going to get where you can recur it with Grinding Station. And it's only ever come up once. It was against Goblins. And then, like, Leveler being uncounterable is, like, really why I like it. It was relevant in match 2 that it was uncounterable, I think. Although, they probably didn't have a counterspell that turn anyways. But like I think that there's not really like another artifact I really want either besides the Spine. Like I think you could make a good argument for playing the third Everflowing Chalice, but my biggest issue is that again, like the thing is like Chalice helps you cast Karn, making infinite mana on the turns you're going off, and like what you need that mana for is really just casting Karn. That's all you need it for. And so, like, because that's the case, I almost think you're like, basically never going to get it with a Karn. Would you ever want to have a Forge in this Karn sideboard? You could have a Forge. So my main thinking with playing the full 4 Forge in the main instead is that when you're playing the Tron lands, the Tron package, whatever, you want to have as many of your premium card advantage spells in the deck as possible. So, like, just being able to play Karn or Forge as consistently when you have Tron is really important. And, like, when you have Karn in play, you already have that selection. You already have, like, a good degree of advantage. And I think that you need, the, like, Mystic Forge a lot less when you have Karn. Just grab you, like, what other piece you're missing, or if that makes sense. There definitely have been spots I've wanted to get a Forge with Karn, but I think that the 4th Forge is still better in the main deck, if that makes sense. Does Gigantha come over? Yeah, Gigantha is broken in this deck. Like I've imprinted this to Anvil to win like 5 times now. It is gross. Any Urza's Towers in the chat? No, but we'll custom Mirror Retriever. Like, so like it doesn't reduce the artifacts, but it lets you just Mirror Retriever combo, which is nice. And like you're also a Tron deck. You're a Tron deck, like casting this is way easier in your Tron deck. The old land before iteration plan. I guess they're trying to hit like a red spell. You like, yeah. Gigantha's broken. Gigantha is broken. Grinding Station, unavailable, too expensive. Can this combo work with just Alter? It can, but Grinding Station is much better. It like your Wellsprings and your like Scrap Trawlers just become all of a sudden like much worse. You can register them as like an okay budget option, but you know it is significantly worse. I understand that they're hard to find. I was like scrambling to find them at SCG Dallas recently. Thoughts of minor misstep. I think it's okay. I think it's like not going to be a crazy impactful card, but it's fine. If you want a sideboard card for like mostly Hammer and Cascade, you can play it, and I don't think you can main deck it, but it has some splash damage too, which is cool. It's okay. It's good. It's okay against Prowess. What's up?
Just wanted to see if Athena.
Yeah, Athena's been really clingy today. Yeah, it can be hard to tell if she cares. Oh, awesome. Athena's giving us good luck. I just drew Urza's Tower.
Oh, good girl. Good girl.
No, I just drew Semblance, Anvil. Although I think I have to go Grinding Station. Considering you can't count right on the draw makes it not good. Well, it's good against Dash Ragavan still. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't think you like. I don't know that you would board it in against Murktide, and I don't think that you would main deck it. So I think I'm actually grabbing my Altar here. No, we get Cityscape Leveler. They just like kind of can't beat this card. So they can beat it if they have Blood Moon here, but then I could just imprint it to Anvil also potentially. I didn't see that they got to Dingo Shaves His Beard. That was like, what, like 1,500 subs? More subs than I do. Congrats to Dingo. How was the match between Blue-White Hammer Time? So like against Hammer Time and stuff, like the die roll really matters. It's like you have some interaction, you have some blockers, like Karn can be relevant, but for the most part, like you want to win the die roll and mulligan to a hand that's as fast as possible, and like so does your opponent. Sieve 12 months, thank you. That's awesome. Congrats to Dingo. Maybe I'll do a subathon. Yeah, I think we set block here. Oh wow, good dress down. They don't get the connive unless they put something in their instep, I guess. But this is again one of the main reasons why we have the leveler in the deck. It is just a very hard card for them to beat. I guess I could also cast my Anvil here. I think waiting is a bit better. Because they're... We'll see. Like, they can't Unholy Heat it. It just, like, kills everything every turn. Even if they do, like, 3-for-1 themselves to counter it, or 2-for-1 themselves to counter it, you can, like, unearth it the next turn. Card is crazy against them. Shave head for subathon? I'd have to have, like 10 or 20 subs to shave our head. It's the one weird trick. Magic Online users hate him. Learn how Aspiring Spike has fast internet. Guess I'll put back the Blast Zone. I only have a 3070. Okay. I only have a 3070. Access made at $500 or more. I don't think that any internet costs more than $500 a month in America. At least not here. It's like 120. It's just the highest AT&T tier. I think the only places like internet is that much is like if you live in the middle of nowhere and like they're servicing to just you. Yeah, it's pretty expensive for internet, but it's also tax deductible, and You know, I want us to be a little frustrated lately because it's been like crashing too. It's just a whole. It's always a battle. It's always a battle. All right. So we're looking for a tower. Found a tower. Guess we'll just give ourselves the ability to jam card next turn. Yeah, Storm is a good chance, although they're not playing Gigantha, right? If I went in 5-0 with an Ice Brew. Cool, cool, cool. Ooh, an Ice Brew indeed. I was playing a red-green Delirium deck recently. I was having fun with it. Just Karn for bridge. Karn dies, which is not ideal. Karn for Ballista, block ping, maybe. Kind of think I'll just crack Star this turn. Yeah, let's just get a Mystic Forge into play. I don't think we're dying next turn. We'll leave that on top. We could tap the Forge, but I think I'm happy enough to draw Mirror Retriever. Phyrexian Dinosaur. Yeah, any new spoilers, I'm happy to look. Come on, we have 2 Decision Bombs. That's true, yeah. 2 Tarmogoyfs were dead. Alright. Tyrannix Rex. 7 mana, 8/8. Can't be countered. Trample Ward 4, haste. Toxic 4. I really wish it was Toxic 5. Cool card though. So I can either go Karn for Anvil, imprint Anvil, 2 mana floating, cast the Trawler. I'll just do that, I think. I'll have at least 1 blocker for next turn. Not super likely to be dead. Would have been better to wait on the Chalice, I guess. Karn Bridge. I just don't need the bridge here. I also like, they can attack with everything if I have bridge in play, right? And I'm also like not unlikely to win here at all. Well, I have bricked. Any reason to play out my Anvil? Not really. No bridge in play. Very cool card though. There's a few of us who are betting 250k. Oh no. I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I would like to look at the new Fastland arts too. That's exciting. Yeah, we saw a minor misstep. I think it's like an okay sideboard card. I know what thing is like blue decks have you have so many good counter spells now that like minor misstep is like a card I would have been really excited for several years ago, and now I'm like moderately excited for it, I guess. All right, Karn down, but should be able to win this turn pretty easily. Is the Pro Tour still the same? It's a little bit different now, but the Pro Tour, like it's like the first Pro Tour post-COVID that's like actually called the Pro Tour, not something else, is coming back very soon. It's next month, I think. I'm not qualified. There's some like last minute Pro Tour qualifiers, but I think I'm gonna be just a bit happier to stay at home and brew goofy artifact decks. I guess it may be better to play the other Anvil to make that cost 0 mana. Doesn't matter a ton. We're just gonna be able to Karn for our sack outlet at some point. I guess I could make this Karn cost 2 less if I go Anvil and print Karn, or 1 less effectively. Seems okay. Yeah, pretty hard to break. Do I like the new Jace? I like the new Jace. I like the new Jace. I don't love the new Jace. I think that it's well designed. I think it's unlikely to be a big player in Modern. I think it's like, going to be fringe, if anything. But I'm excited to cast it. I'm more excited for Nahiri and Tyvar, though. I think those cards are both great. And, like, Jace is okay. Yeah, I agree. If Minor Misstep could counter the Incarnations, I think that would be better, but that's okay, too. Yeah, I think Tyvar may be the card I'm most excited for, but it just has, like, so many applications. Like, Nahiri's a bit more narrow, maybe not. How do you win? You win by milling your opponent out with Grinding Station most of the time. You also have an infinite mana loop. That's better than the old one we had with thanks to Zach. It's better than the old one we had that you can win with Ballista, which is actually like pretty relevant in our first match. So we were up against Prowess, and we were at 2 life, and we could have won by milling them pretty quickly. But the problem was they had 2 mountains in play, and we would have been dead to 2 of the darts that they milled over. And so we could have Karn Ballisted them. We ended up just stone braining Lava Dart instead. No! No, stop! Okay, we beat Stone. Collector Oof is like... Okay, wait, we have Tron. We have Tron. Okay, that's fine. We can... Dude, if we beat both Stony Silence and Collector Oof this league, that counts as a 5-0. I'm sorry, that counts as a 5-0. That easily counts as a 5-0. Wish for Leveler? Yeah. I might have to get Bridge first, depending on how much pressure there is. Not that I can really even cast it. They also just milled over an Ancient Grudge, which maybe means I went Anvil instead. Sorry, not Anvil, Spine. Yeah, with them having the Ancient Grudge in play, or in the yard, I think it's definitely... Could be either Spine or Leveler. I think I'll just do the Leveler. Get these in the bay. Dude, if we, on the draw, beat Channeler Oof into Channeler Ren and 6 mill over Ancient Grudge, this is gonna be so sick. Obviously, like, we got really lucky just ripping out of Tron, right? But that's, you know, that's like a big part of the reason why the deck is good. Nahiri not being able to bring back Solitude Fury immediately dampens the hype. Yeah. Ooh, that's... And milled over a second Ancient Grudge? No! I probably can't beat that. Discard a land for Delirium. Tormods? Well, I can't currently sack Tormods. We'll see if they kill the Karn or not. They're going to kill the Karn, so I take 5 down to 9. I have 9 mana. Leveler, kill this. Die to Seismic Assault. Alright, we're dead. Couldn't beat all that. We had to play for game 3. Dude, we ran into Stony Silence and Oof this league. We beat Stony Silence. What was our loss to? Can't even remember what we lost to. We beat Murktide, we beat Blue Eye Control, we beat Prowess. Don't remember what the other match was. Oh, Scape Shift, right? We can keep this. Not bringing a Needle for Assaulter in. No, I'm gonna can maybe Karn for those, but this deck actually doesn't sideboard ever. But it's very classic. Every time you play a Karn deck, not bringing in Karn target to post board. Monkey. So I guess if I draw a land, I'll just play Ragavan, although maybe I need to just Stirring Supply my last Tron piece. Although I think because I now have a second chromatic star, I can do this. Stokey, 23 months, thank you. I'm not guaranteed to find the if I was guaranteed to find the third Tron piece, I probably would. No natural collector oof, please. Okay, Rin 6, ping. It's okay. Just don't exile a power plant. No, we lost that game. Their curve was pretty good. Alright, looking for a power plant. Looking for a power plant. A mine. Damn it. Can't even take the map, I think. Oh, we could take the map, I guess. I think I'll just take the second mine. I think that that's better than the forest because I have the star. Hawk, 29 months ago, thank you. What about Black Room Emerald and New Phyrexian Dino? I mean, New Phyrexian Dino is like much worse than several other targets, but it's very cool. Like the fact that it takes 3 full connections to do anything is just. I mean, the thing it does is win the game, but you can just they can just like very comfortably take 2 hits. Yeah, people are really excited about Venerated Raw Priest. Yeah, that card is not good in normal infect though. Like you need your infect creatures to have infect, not toxic. But you could we'll definitely mess around with it. We'll definitely mess around with it. 2 hits or 16 damage. It's only 8. It's not any damage, right? It's just 8 poison. And I see the kappa there, but I'm not 100% sure I understand it exactly. Power plant, I deserve it. I'm playing Tron. Power plant, I deserve it. I'm playing Tron. Thank you. That's how you play Tron, baby. That's all. That's what it's all about. So I think I'm gonna go Chalice on 1 and Karn on Ballista. Toxic does both regular and damage. Okay, that's way better. Way better. I thought that it prevented the damage. It just did poison. They're sacking their sacking the treasures because of the Karn. You become the thing I swore to destroy? Yeah. Although I don't know that I swore to destroy Tron. Tron deserves a little bit of love though. Okay, you know, I actually had a different brew. I guess I'm still kind of working on it. I keep losing every single game I play with it though, so it will probably never make the stream. On account again of me losing every single game I play with it. But boys, it's sweet. Okay, so it's Upheavaltron. It's Upheavaltron. So the big, what I really like, what I love, and I haven't even done it, is you cast Upheaval, then you return your Arboreal Grazer, and then you go Tron land, play Grazer, put a second Tron land into play, and then you just have Tron the next turn after upheavaling. And you get to bounce Prophetic Prism, draw a card. It's not very good. Yeah. Maybe like it needs like another piece, I don't know. I really need Upheaval for that deck to be good. Upheaval needed to like not be blue. Okay, Ancient Grudge. Happy to trade the Chalice for the front half of the Grudge there. Sounds terrible. Yeah, it has been terrible. It has been terrible. Have we entered my Tron era? I don't think so, because that deck's not very good, and I don't have any other ideas, so. Although I think I wanted to play Golos somewhere in a Tron show. I can't remember. There was like a reason to play Golos. Probably for the best, I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't that deck, because that's the ETB trigger. Yeah, I watch all of Harry's videos. I saw the Ripple Rat deck. I thought it was really good, really creative, just like Harry. Rot Priest Ground Rift build could be good. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of buzz about it. I know I'm kind of the Ground Rift guy. But I'm excited for it. No. And they get to Rin and 6 it back. I guess I still have my Karn in play. So they think I could maybe... Yeah, this should just main phase on the power plant, I think. So if I needle the Rin and 6, they can grudge my needle and keep going too, which kind of stinks. I have one more forest in the deck. I get Stonebrain Besage. It doesn't seem very good. I guess I just get Tormod's Crypt. Probably should have cast Mystic Forge first, but... I mean, I could also just get Semblance Anvil. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get Anvil. Crypt is pretty good here, but... I think Anvil's better. Because I have the Mystic Forge, I have the Wellspring. I have a good chance to just win right now. Oh, especially with Grinding Station. They besage you Anvil next turn. Not if they don't get a next turn. And it's like if they besage you the Anvil, like I still have Mystic Forge, I still have a card in play, I have a card in my hand. In theory, I'm gonna get to draw a ton of cards. Yeah, I literally just win right now. I got like I got lucky, but there's a really good chance I was just gonna draw like 7 cards worth of cards, and you know if they're gonna keep 1-for-1ing me, that's okay. Oh, they have an Endurance, okay. Damn, Endurance too. So now what? I think we just tap this. So I want to mill myself so that I can potentially Mirror Retriever something back. So sack the Mirror Retriever. Get back a Grinding Station. I think is better than anything else here. Not that it matters a lot. So play another Grinding Station. Sack the Sphere. Star is a good hit. Untap, untap. Oh man, I would have liked to have drawn that. Which trigger is this? Is this one? So I should I guess it doesn't matter which one I sack. Either way, just have one Grinding Station untapped. Okay, another Wellspring, big deal. Big deal. So I guess we'll stack the triggers like this. I think I missed. No, that was a star earlier. Okay, we win. I guess they could have second Endurance, second green card. This is sick. Oh, I just totally missed I still had a Wellspring in the hand. Anyway, probably composing a GG message. All right. What a game. 4-1 beating the Stony Silence opponent and the Collector Oof opponent, although the Oof did beat us. Or we could have beaten the Oof if their draw was worse. That's kind of exciting. That's kind of exciting, though. Like, neither... Our loss was not to the Stony Silence player or the Collector Oof player. Their deck was playing Collector Oof, Besage, Ancient Grudge. We just got there. Alright. Arcane Proxy. Probably not worth anything right now. We got the 4-1. It was a hard match. Let's go ahead and run it back. I'm very excited about the Everflowing Chalice tech. I think it is good. Like, the biggest thing, again, the biggest thing is just, like, Scrap Trawler is now, like, a much better card, because with the presence of Chalice.